only a few guns that can instantly be recognized as quickly as the legendary AK. I mean, after all, being the most sold gun globally does account for something. However, even legends change and evolve, which brings us to today. Here is the AK-12 from Kalashnikov. The AK-12 was originally designed to be adopted by the Russian military for general use back in 2013, but it was only as recent as 2014 that the Russian army announced that it passed all state tests, making it ready for evaluation. Now, what you see here today is the absolute most accurate representation of the AK-12. Who is this company NPO that makes this gun? And what's up with this AK-12? We're here to find out how true legends keep evolving. Hi guys, today we have a special treat for you all the way from Russia itself, and it's right here. Today, before we get into the gun though, I want to talk about the company that makes it, called NPO. Now, NPO's full name is called NPO-AEG, and they are a Russian-based manufacturer that makes the most accurate representation of Russian small arms. Now, the one thing that stands out about NPO is how rugged they actually look, just like the real one. So after talking about that, let's dive into the gun itself, because there's a lot of ground to cover. Now, starting from the front of the gun, you have a full steel flash hider, full steel outer barrel, full steel gas tube, and full steel front sight. Now, inside this outer barrel houses a 509mm 6.02 tight bore inner barrel. From there, you have this plastic handguard with rails on the bottom. Now, I do need to make mention to you that there are no side rails on this gun, so sadly you can't mount anything to the side. But with all this rail space on the bottom, as well as you can see up top, you can mount as many accessories as you please. Under our monolithic top rail is our steel dust cover, as well as our full steel receiver. From there, you are now at the middle portion of this gun, where a lot of the evolution and changes have been made, breaking from tradition. First thing you'll see is the selector itself. It is now completely revamped, different from the old style AK selectors, and it actually features an indication to what you are selecting. From there, you have this very nice ergonomic pistol grip and a different style magazine release. Now, this magazine release only requires you to use your finger to remove the mag, or you can still use the traditional method to remove your magazine. The best thing of all with this is it's ambidextrous. So all the controls you see on this side translate exactly to the other side. Now, all of that sounds really good, doesn't it? But here's a moment of truth. The selector is really, really stiff. And for me to just change it with my finger is really hard. I actually have to disengage, take my thumb, and move it to somewhere else. After that, I need to tell you guys a little bit about this magazine release. It is made out of plastic, so don't drop it. You might crack this piece. The AK-12 features a version 3 gearbox, and the hop-up can be found by pulling back the charging handle to expose it right there. You can adjust this little piece for more or less hop. Now, I do have to be honest yet again. This little piece is really, really flimsy, so you need to hold it down a tad before sending the bolt back forward carefully so you don't break the adjustment lever. Now, as we move to the rear of the gun, it comes with this adjustable rear sight and the stock. Now, this stock, just by the look itself, already is breaking from a lot of traditional style AK stocks. It is made of plastic, but that's nothing new, as we see later stage AKs such as the 104 already feature plastic and polymer designs in their guns. But not only can this one fold, like said AK, this one also is adjustable for length of pull, up to 3 positions, making this stock very nice. Other than that, the gun comes with this 100-round mid-cap magazine. Before I get into the gun, we're using a 7.4 LiPo right in here. And how you install the battery is you first unscrew this front end, and you can remove this whole foregrip, and the battery goes inside. It takes a regular Dean's or large Dean's connector. The gun is pretty heavy as well with its full steel construction. shoulders well, and the ergonomic grip is quite comfortable in your hand. Now let's take a look at the trigger response. Not bad for an AEG without a MOSFET. Another thing I want to show you guys is the magazine release. You see, I can just use my finger, press down, and it kicks the magazine out by itself, like this. Pretty cool. Let's go chrono the gun. I'm using 0.2 gram BBs for this chrono test. And a very stable 355 FPS. Now if it's a little too hot, I'm pretty sure NPO will make a gun ready for your country's legal fire limits. Here we are at our warehouse again. I'm standing 30 meters away from our target and I'm about to shoot the AK-12. With me today is a regular foregrip as well as the RWA 1-6x24 first focal scope. Let's go. Pretty standard AEG trigger. Let's take a look at those results. 30 meters away, everything pretty much hits center mass. I would expect nothing less from this gun. If you guys want to watch another review that Tim did about AKs, click right here on the screen.
Hey guys, Tim here, and welcome to another episode of RedWolf TV.
So what do we have on the agenda? We have the AKM, its vintage version, the AK-74.
Now, I'm just gonna come right out and say it. This is not a cheap gun. It's a little bit on the pricier side. But now that I got that out of the way, this gun embodies everything an AK should be, and then some. AKs are supposed to be raw and functional machines that cater to function over form, and you get all of that in this airsoft package right here. This whole gun is made out of steel, so it's not going to just outright and break on you as well. Yes, I had a few gripes with the ergonomics or the selector switches being a little stiff, or maybe some other plastic bits being a little soft. However, with all that said, I do believe this gun warrants the price tag that comes with it. And if I put all that aside, this is the single most accurate representation of the AK-12 itself, down to being made in Russia. So, if you want cool guns like this one, other NPO-AEGs, or whatever else that may tickle your fancy, don't forget to check out our online store at www.redwolfairsoft.com. My name is Mark, aka Blue Steel, and I'll see you guys on the next episode of RedWolf TV. Have a good one, guys.